So that means everyone can participate. This isn't just kids, but if we could have the kids come sit closer to us, please. I know we have some kids who aren't sitting up close. Don't run away.
Come on up now.
Come on, don't be shy.
Does it have an age limitation?
No age limits whatsoever.
Bring the
So sisters, that means if the brothers start helping the kids too much, we need you to start helping the little girls. So everyone needs to participate. And then inshallah the winning team will have the honor of giving everyone candy. We won't have it just one side.
No, the loser gets candy.
Okay, we'll have the losers give everyone. Alright, everyone. So one very important thing to remember before we begin is we're not celebrating a birthday of someone who lived and passed away a long time ago. We're celebrating the birthday of someone who lived and continues to live today through our actions and our love for him. So we are going to, through this game, bring the Holy Prophet's words to life through our actions. So I'm going to read 10 ahadiths to you, and I'll repeat them twice, and we'll have both sides try to be the first to come up with an example from their lives of how they put the hadiths to life, okay? So all of them are very easy, don't worry, but you have to come up with an example. It can be a personal example, it can be something that's more of a general but current example of using that hadith in our lives, okay? So the first one is, a believer must not feel satiated or satisfied with his neighbor being hungry. So a believer must not feel satisfied with his neighbor being hungry. Now I will call on whoever I see raise their hand first. Was that a hand raise? Okay, Matthew. For the brother's side.
We had some Korean neighbors, and my dad played nuts from Iran. because we never see him home, and I was out of town. So when he saw them home, like within the hour, he got some pistachios and gave it to them to eat. So that counts.
In Iran, we don't have nuts. They're all smart.
That was a wonderful example. Sorry? Okay, so we'll have whoever I call upon come to the middle, grab the mic so that everyone can hear your example. Would you like to repeat your example?
I'm good.
Did everyone hear it? No, there's people who didn't hear it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to repeat it.
I said we had some Korean neighbors that are out of town lots of times, but when we saw they came back from Korea, I mean, they're Korean, they were in China for some reason, but when they came back from China, my dad gave them some pasta.
All right, thank you very much, Matthew, for your participation. We'd like you to please take a piece of candy. One. Okay. Everyone ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, the next, guys.
Yes?
Thank you. Okay, so the next hadith, is everyone ready? I hear talking. Okay. Blessing escapes a meeting wherein participants do not listen to each other. Let me say that again. Blessing escapes a meeting wherein participants do not listen to each other. Oh, I see an example. Come on up.
Okay, so if there's like a program and the speaker's talking, but nobody's listening to the speaker, and nobody learns anything, so there's no blessing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
1-1.
Yes, we have 1-1. Okay. So competition needs to speed up people. Okay. The third hadith. What did we just listen to? Participants have to listen to each other, or there's no blessing, meaning there's no candy being given out. Anyway.
Somebody needs to talk in order to be listened.
So the third head niece is chastity and faith are interrelated.
What's faith
No.
mean?
Oh, thank you. Does someone want to, for a piece of candy, explain what faith means? Go ahead.
Good saying.
So faith is basically what you believe in and how much you believe in that.
Okay, did someone from the brother's side maybe want to explain what being chaste means? So it has to do with how you carry yourself, your behavior, you keeping your character pure. Yes? Anyone else? Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, what kind of faith do you mean? The first or the second? The obvious one or the second hard one? I don't know.
This is a decoy you put them here. You make them confused.
Yes, I think this side deserves a piece of candy. You want to come up and get one?
That was all saying. That was right.
Sallu ala Muhammad.
Okay, so let me repeat the hadith. Chastity and faith are interrelated. None lasts without the other.
Oh, chat.
This is a little difficult, this one, to come up with an example.
One more time,
So,
please.
one more time. Chastity and faith are interrelated. None lasts without the other. And we can have some of the mothers and fathers also participate. Was that a hand raise? Anyone? Go ahead. Yes.
Get candy.
I think that means that in order to have a chastity and humble, you have to have a back end of the faith. If somebody doesn't have faith, first everything is based on you see God around yourself and you see that God is close and then your juggles vein here. So if you don't be able to see it, feel it with practice and reading Quran and action, you cannot be chaste and humble and so the foundation of all of those is to believe in God and to see the God in every second.
He's going to give you a candy.
Yes.
I'll go get it. Not empty.
If you have a good example on the other side
don't
spoken, that doesn't mean
hit this
that you
thing.
have to keep silent. Come up and give us your example as well.
So basically, in order to believe in Allah, you also have to do what He says. Like you have to be humble, you have to be just. But if you're not humble and if you're not just, then your faith in Allah isn't complete.
Piece of candy? Alright, so I will now say the fourth one. Do not be amazed at anybody's being a Muslim. Rather, try to know the essence of his thought. So I'll repeat that again. Do not be amazed at anybody's being a Muslim.
Wait. Say it again.
Okay, I will say it again. Do not be amazed at anybody's being a Muslim. Rather, try to know the essence of his thought. Do I see hands? Yes, please.
Like when a non-Muslim is coming past and you say something to him and he says something back and you say, suddenly you say you're a Muslim. The non-Muslim would go, wow, you're a Muslim.
He'll do anything for a candy.
Okay, so let me repeat it again. And let's see if someone else has answers, okay? Do not be amazed at anybody's being a Muslim. Rather try to know the essence of his thought. This is the Holy Prophet speaking to us, Muslims, to not be amazed at someone being a Muslim, but rather to understand the essence of their thought. Anyone?
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yes, baby. I think we have a hair of the baby. You have
Oh, well, that's fine. You don't have to come up to the mic. That's fine. I'll bring the mic.
he has an answer.
Oh, you have an answer? You want to come up?
Like, I remember somebody saying, like, they were in a taxi or something, and then, like, the taxi driver, I think he said, I know you're Muslim, and then he started, like, talking about how he thinks that that Islam makes more sense, like, than the religion that he followed.
Thank you very much.
Rather than, like, being right.
Oh, you have one?
Yes. Is it as in a matter of labeling, as in a Muslim, because you know how people they always label Muslims as bad or that?
Yeah, that could be related to it. This is completely open to you guys understanding how these hadiths work with your life. So if you want to...
I can speak loudly enough, I think. People always see Muslims, everyone's a terrorist, everyone's bad, and everybody thinks that Muslims always kill. And if somebody tells you they're Muslim and they're a good person, and they're like, oh, you're Muslim, but you're such a good person, and you're not evil, and you're not a terrorist.
Very important.
And you don't want to indoctrinate.
So that was a wonderful point. Our Prophet is instructing us to never judge anyone, never... Yes, please, brother.
Get the candy first.
Saying I'm a Muslim is easy. I mean, you can be Muslim in 2 seconds by just saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu Muhammad sallallahu then you are Muslim. But there's a lot more into it. First is who you learn your deen from. And second, because there are a lot of people who call themselves, Wahhabism or terrorism, or people who blow themselves or kill themselves, they call themselves Muslims. So there's a lot more into it than just saying, I'm a Muslim. You have to understand what people believe and who they learn from.
Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Yeah.
You're welcome. You want another? I truly believe this, one of the beauty of the Prophet's words is that all of us can apply them differently. When I read this hadith, I thought of all the different types of Muslims that you will encounter, and to never judge someone, to never, try to fit them to your life, but to rather try to understand what their thoughts are. And there's much to be learned from each other as well. We'll go to the 5th one. Okay, this is an easy one. So I want to see everyone's hands, okay? Envy and hatred ruin all the good, just as fire swallows firewood. So envy and hatred ruin all the good, just as fire
What's
swallows.
hatred mean?
Hatred? When you have very negative, bad feelings about something.
That's good that you don't know it, wasn't it?
Yes. Very good. Matthew, go ahead. Mike's right there.
We have lots of gatherings with my friends, lots of times, and large sleepovers. And sometimes we stay up pretty late, and when people get tired, they get grumpy. And we will have perfectly good parties. And then a fight starts on, literally everyone's upset and angry, and everyone is mad. And we will spend 4 hours not being friendly people. So
I'm next.
it really
I think
does
you
it.
should give us a candy.
I'm next.
Sophia? Okay, I'm gonna start calling on people if I don't see hands coming from other people.
So basically, if we all are envious to each other and we hate each other, then we'll start being mean to each other, and that's exactly what the Quran says not to do. So by being envious and being hateful to each other, we're ruining our faith.
Thank you very much. Piece of candy, please. Yes, Russ?
You know, here's an example of like all the stuff in the Hadith. You know, all the presidents in all the world are always like fighting, like trying to get more power. But you see, if they just make peace, the news will spread really quickly.
Too much.
Yes. Here. And then you can go out.
So we have this struggle every day in the school, and we go to the school and we see somebody has very expensive sneakers and clothes and suit and good cars, good house, and there is a ayah in Quran is very famous. I want everybody to remember the man yaqdaru man yasha. So do not envy to anybody. Do not feel why this person has it and I don't have it. Everybody is under the test. You are under the test, and the other people are under the test. And Allah said in Quran, whoever, whatever, and how much, as much as I want, I give to everybody. So that means we have to be content to what we have. We do our best, and we do not envy to others. So that's our test. And if you read the Quran, you understand this hadith very well.
No. Okay. When a shaitan comes, let's say shaitan comes to somebody, whispers in the ear. After the person does that, when shaitan is done saying it, and they do it, they feel sad because they know they did something wrong.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay, so I actually have an example of how envy and hatred spreads really fast, because sometimes people get together, but one person had a bad day, and then they get angry at everybody, and then everybody gets angry at each other. And then one time I walked into a room and everybody's angry, and I'm like, what happened? So, and it's really hard to trace it back to one person because it spreads so fast.
Okay, so we'll do two more. So the second to last is about friendship. And I will call on people if I see you guys talking while I'm talking. Okay, so the Prophet advises us not to make a friend who does not hold you as an equal, who does not consider you as an equal. So again, do not make any friends who do not consider you to be equal.
Do not make friends to make equals.
Exactly, don't make friends who don't think you're an equal to them.
Can we simplify the explanation? What do you mean about sin? Is that not make it equal?
Well, that's the game. They have to simplify and give me an example. And I want people who haven't raised their hands already. Magic, please.
If a friend with someone who's very arrogant, and then
Sorry, can you start over?
if you make a friend with someone who's very arrogant, they will just laugh at you and say you're just a little person and you don't mean anything. And she'll just feel bad.
Very true. Thank you so much.
Good verse.
So wonderful example. You want to make friends who aren't arrogant, who don't think that you are less than them. Anyone else? Oh.
It sounds to me like from this hadith that Prophet Muhammad is telling us to be sure you choose a Muslim as your friend.
That's yes. Would you like to give your candy to someone else?
Yeah, give it to me. That's good.
Haji Aga, does she consider you equal to her?
Because I have to get to become equal.
Okay, anyone else before I call on people who have already answered? Come on, no one else? Okay, come on up.
He forgot the question.
The hadith was, don't make any friends.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think they're equal.
Imam Jafar saw them. I remember like he had like his companion or like somebody, and then there was like a restaurant that like the owner was his friend or something. So then he went with like his companion to the restaurant to eat, and then like the owner came out, like chasing like or cursing and cursing one of his own chefs, and then Imam Ja'far said something like, I made friendship with you by Allah, and now I break my friendship with you from Allah by shaitan.
I made friendship with you by Allah, but since you were not worth it, I break it from you by Allah. Thank you.
So it's a very important thing to remember, to always do everything for the sake of Allah, right? If you make a friend, for it to be for the sake of Allah. If you leave behind a friend, unfortunately, for it to also be for the sake of Allah.
Change the rule of these people are asking there are more than 2 candles, they should let the other people.
Yes.
For the last one, did you have?
So people who are wealthy, they look down on people who are poor, and they think that they're better than them. It also has people who are smarter look down on people who are dumber than them.
Okay, so it's important to know not only to keep company with people who bring you closer to Allah, but also to make yourself someone who will bring your friends closer to Allah. Sometimes it's hard to forget that hard to remember that we might be the arrogant ones or the ones who think we're better. But we must constantly be working on ourselves and our friends. So last hadith, this time I'm going to call on people who have no candy. So anyone who's already answered, mashallah, has more than 3 pieces of candy. Let's try to get someone else to answer. Okay? Let's try to come up with a specific example for this one. It's a very easy one. The Prophet says to hold the educated or the knowledgeable with respect. To hold them in respect. Okay? Yes? Rashid.
It means that the knowledgeable should teach the young, the people who don't have as much knowledge, so they should not just keep their knowledge to themselves, but share with others.
Very good.
MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar.
Yes, please. If you can say it loud enough, go ahead, say it.
Okay, so when you talk about respect and knowledge,
Since teachers are full of knowledge, you should take into account and respect them when they teach you new pieces of information.
Wow, this is a special candy all the way there. 10. This is 12 to 10 or something.
No, 15 to 1.
15 to 1.
So people
So just as parting words, another example of us bringing the Prophet's words to life is the fact that we're all here today to learn from people who are so much more knowledgeable than we are. So inshallah, the score, did anyone keep score?
Yes, 15.
Yeah.
I was here with the girls.
The girls won?
These two were more than enough for all the girls.
Can I get one of you boys to volunteer to give everyone candy, please?
Start from that side.